Today for History or Death, I want to talk about some flags and flag designs. Again. Last time, I talked about the history and the symbolism of the Gadsden flag, as well as many other similar flags, including this one, the first Navy Jack. When I was talking about the Navy Jack, I glossed over the 13 stripes design present on it, representing the original 13 American colonies. However, there's a little bit more significance in history that I think can be talked about with this design. This basic design has existed for over 200 years, and I think that's something very special. The idea that a country can stick with the same basic design for that long is symbolic to me that the same culture, the same principles, and the same values have existed for that long as well. The 13 stripes design represents more than just the 13 colonies to me. It represents the American spirit itself. If we want to know where this design comes from, then we need to talk about the Sons of Liberty. So that would be Christopher Gadsden from last time, but also some other more notable figures in American history like John Hancock, Samuel Adams, and Patrick Henry. Some of the actual founding members of the Sons of Liberty, however, you likely wouldn't recognize by name alone, only by their actions, and that's because they were more secretive and more anonymous than the rest of the Sons of Liberty. These men were John Avery, Henry Bass, Thomas Chase, Stephen Cleverly, Thomas Crafts, Benjamin Eads, Joseph Field, John Smith, and George Trott, and they were collectively known as the Loyal Nine. The Loyal Nine were first formed after the Stamp Act was passed, when they incited riots in Boston in order to protest the act. If you've heard of the Liberty Tree, which was a meeting place where protesters would hang their targets in effigy, that practice was established by the Loyal Nine. Henry Bass, both Thomas Chase and Thomas Craft, and Benjamin Eads all participated in the Boston Tea Party. Needless to say, the Loyal Nine were a very vital and important part to the Sons of Liberty. During the beginning of the Sons of Liberty, the Loyal Nine, whose identities were not even known to the public, were seen as heroes. They were more careful and more secretive than the rest of the Sons of Liberty, and it's actually only today that we even know who they are. The Loyal Nine, along with Benjamin Franklin, kind of started the tradition of anonymous political action within the United States, which eventually morphed into things like Publius. By the way, I'm starting a politics channel called Publius. The link will be in the description if you're interested. The Sons of Liberty used this flag, a set of 9 vertical red and white stripes, in order to represent the Loyal Nine at the inception of their organization. This flag eventually became known as the Rebellious Stripes. The Rebellious Stripes, however, was banned by the English crown, meaning the Sons of Liberty could no longer fly it. So what did? They took the stripes, made them horizontal, and added 4, creating the first 13 stripes pattern. The Sons of Liberty's 13 stripes pattern was very popular among patriots and rebels, and it went on to inspire many different flags within the colonies, including the first Navy Jack, which I talked about last time, the Hobart flag, which was used by the Long Island Minutemen, and most notably, this one. This flag goes by many different names. The Continental Colors is the most popular, but the Grand Union flag and the Cambridge flag are also very popular as well. It was first ordered to be raised by General George Washington on January 1st, 1776, on Prospect Hill. If it seems weird to you that a flag with a Union Jack on it was made in order to support America, keep in mind that this was before the Declaration of Independence, meaning that a lot of America, a lot of Americans, and even a lot of the rebels still viewed themselves as English. The Revolution started with the battles of Lexington and Concord in 1775, but it wasn't an independence movement until July 4, 1776. So at the time the flag was made and raised, it was still very much a fight for reform, not independence. Alright, now onto a flag and a name you've probably heard of. The first official flag of the United States was this one, commonly known as the Betsy Ross flag. 13 horizontal red and white stripes, a blue square in the corner, and a ring of 13 circles within the blue square. According to Ross, 3 men from the Continental Congress, Robert Morris, George Ross, and George Washington, approached her and asked her to sew a flag for them in early June of 1776. While Ross most definitely did sew the flag, there's no evidence of her having a major design input on it, as there is evidence of Washington showing her a rough copy created in Congress with 6 pointed stars. Betsy Ross preferred 5 pointed stars because she could make them in one scissor snip. This was likely the only input on the design that she had. Nevertheless, on June 14, 1777, about a year after the flag was sewn, Congress adopted the Betsy Ross flag as the official flag of the United States under the name the Stars and Stripes. The Stars and Stripes have gone through many different changes over the years, most notably when Kentucky and Vermont became the first two states other than the original 13 colonies to be admitted into the Union. In 1795, 2 stripes and 2 stars were added to the flag, creating this, which is just not very appealing to the human eye. The stars aren't symmetrical, the stripes are too thin, just doesn't look right. This flag was the huge 1,260 square foot flag that Francis Scott Key saw when he was imprisoned on a ship during the War of 1812, which inspired him to write the Star-Spangled Banner. Once 5 more states were added to the Union in 1818, Congress decided to stop adding stripes to the flag and just go with stars. Like I said, a lot of flags have been inspired by the original Sons of Liberty design. Here are a few of them. The Easton flag, the Bennington flag, one of my personal favorites, the Saratoga and Yorktown flag, the Brandywine flag, the Fort Mifflin flag, which inspired the flag of Hawaii, the Fort Mercer flag, the Francis Hopkinson flag, the South Carolina Navy ensign, which was inspired by the first Navy Jack, the Alliance flag, the Serapis flag, the Cowpens flag, the Bowman's Yorktown flag, the Guilford flag, the French Alliance flag, the Shaw flag, the Fort Harmar flag, Nathan Bayman flag, the Indian Peace flag, the 20-Star flag, the Great Star flag, the Old Glory, the Great Star 26, the Great Flower, the Cross Cluster, the Phalanx, the Fort Sumter Diamond flag, the Wagon Wheel, the Medallion Centennial, the Concentric Circle, the 48-Star flag, the 49-Star flag, and lastly the 50-Star flag. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please leave a like. It would mean a lot. I swear the next video is not going to be about flags. It's actually going to be about Andrew Jackson, so please subscribe to not miss that. If you'd like, you can follow me on Twitter, where I post updates for all my videos, and also relevant American history events that happened on that day. Once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.